guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top tips for curling ultra straight hair and more importantly, making those curls actually last. I'm currently rocking some second day hair, so I figured what better time to film this video. Might be a little bit hard to tell because I really only curl kind of like the bottom third of my hair. Even if you don't have super straight hair though, if you do have issues with your curls actually lasting and holding, this video might still be helpful to you. Now, if you watch me already, you already know my hair is straighter than straight. When it comes to texture in the hair department, I literally have nothing to work with. Like, this texture up here is what my hair naturally air dries to. I don't flat iron it or anything like that. That complete lack of texture combined with fine strands but also a lot of heavy hair definitely makes my hair pretty stubborn, but using these tips I'm going to share with you now, I can get my curl to hold for 3 to 4 days with or without hairspray. If you guys also want to see any other hair care related videos like my kind of everyday curls or an updated hair care routine, definitely let me know in the comments and by giving this video a thumbs up. I've been curling my hair for years and experimenting with different techniques and tricks and things like that, so hopefully my tips in this video will help you get a step ahead and figure things out a lot faster than I did. But let's go ahead and get into the tips. So tip number 1 is to curl your hair on second or third day hair. I feel like this is something a lot of us know, but I find especially having really straight hair naturally, when I step out of the shower and my hair is freshly washed, it is like baby hair. It's like so fine and smooth. Usually I've just like, you know, done a deep conditioner and put in like some oils and stuff like that. So I find sleeping on it for at least 1 day will help kind of like build up that texture and give me something to work with. It's just kind of like a known fact that dirty hair is easier to work with and style. The next couple tips are kind of similar as well because they also focus on getting that texture built up in your hair. So tip number 2 is to use texturizing products. In my personal opinion, some of the best products I have found are products that are already kind of geared towards people who have a little bit of natural wave happening in their hair. So one of my favorites is this L'Oreal Air Dry It Wave Swept Spray. You just spray this in damp hair and kind of scrunch it in, and then you are supposed to let your hair air dry, but I have blow dried my hair with this in it and it still totally works. Sea Salt Beach Sprays are also a really great product for this, or you can also use dry texturizing mists. I really like this one from Amika. This is the Undone Texture Spray. This one's nice because it's not too heavy duty. My hair is very prone to tangling because I do have fine strands, so this is a really good one, but I'll link some of my other favorites down below. Tip number 3 is to sleep with your hair in braids the night before you're going to be curling your hair. So this tip kind of requires a little bit of planning ahead, but if you have like a special event the next day or something where you know you're going to need your curls to last, I'd highly recommend just throwing your hair in a couple braids before you go to bed. I just split my hair down the middle like this and just do a simple braid on each side. You could do French braids or anything like that if you're going to be curling like closer up to the root, because I just do the ends of my hair typically. That works perfectly fine for me. I just kind of braid from the ears down. When you wake up in the morning and take out your braids, they'll have that kind of like kinky wave texture, but don't worry, when you curl your hair, that will kind of disappear and they'll end up looking like nice smooth curls. But there was a period of time last year where my hair was just not holding curl, and this braiding technique really helped me out. Tip number 4 is to avoid larger curling irons or wands. Now for me personally, I always thought naturally, you know, I want kind of like bigger, softer waves, so I should use a larger curling iron. But I find when you have really straight hair, when you curl your hair at first, it might look nice, but then naturally over the course of the day and everything, your hair kind of starts to fall a little bit. So I always found when I was using a really large curling iron to start off with, they would look great, but then they would fall so fast and it would look like I basically didn't do anything to my hair. So I would recommend opting for a smaller wand or iron, especially if you are just starting off with curling your hair. You can get so many different styles even just with one size of wand. Like, I think the wand I use is roughly 3/4 of an inch, and I can get so many different looks for my hair just using that one wand. Like, my hair now is a perfect example. I just have kind of like these soft loose waves, and I achieve this look by using a smaller curling wand. Tip number 5 is to let your curls fully cool. So when you are wrapping the hair around your wand or around your curling iron, when you let it go, let it fall into the palm of your hand and hold it there for 5 or 6 seconds just until it is mostly cooled before letting it go. This will help the curl kind of hold its shape a little bit better. And also before you use hairspray or any kind of product on your hair, let your whole head of curls cool. A lot of the time moisture from hairspray or other styling products will kind of make your curl fall, so it's best to let them cool and kind of set naturally on their own before you add any styling products. Tip number 6 is to pin curl your hair. The reason I'm saying pin curl with air quotes is because this method I'm about to talk about is not traditional traditional pin curling, because pin curling would typically be done on like wet hair and then you leave it to dry. But the method I'm talking about is a little bit easier. You're going to be doing it on dry hair, just curling like normal. Once again, you will let the curl fall into the palm of your hand, you keep it nice and tight, and then you take a bobby pin or some kind of clip, preferably something that's not going to crease the curl, and you basically just pin it tight to your head, and you do this for all your curls, for all of your hair, and then you just let them set and cool completely before removing the bobby pins and letting them fall. Once again, this just allows the curls to set properly and keep their hold. One thing though is that this method does result in very tight, kind of retro ringlety curls. You can brush them out, but it will give you a more specific kind of look. So if you're going for something softer like my hair today, it's not necessarily the best method, but it is a good one to try. Number 7 is to try to touch your hair as little as possible. Don't be like running your fingers through it and messing with it. I am super bad for this. Like, this is so hard for me to avoid. I'm always messing with my hair, but basically your hands and your fingers have natural oils on them, and running your fingers through your hair and everything will get those oils on your hair and can result in your curls falling faster. Tip number 8 is that healthy hair holds style better. So make sure you are staying on top of your regular trims and everything like that, because if you have 4 inches of dead hair at your ends, chances are your curls probably aren't going to hold that well. Our second to last tip has to do with kind of getting your curls to last, but that is to sleep with your hair in a ponytail or a loose bun. So I typically sleep with my hair in kind of like a mid-level ponytail, just because I do sleep on my side or on my stomach typically. So if I just go to sleep with my hair down, my hair usually ends up getting like smushed under my face or my neck or my chest, and my curls end up getting ruined. So keeping it in a ponytail on the back of my head just kind of keeps everything nice and formed. Like this morning, I just woke up, brushed through my hair, and it's like ready to go. It looks like I put a ton of effort into my appearance, but I really did nothing to my hair today. If you do sleep on your back, I would recommend a loose bun. Just kind of twist your hair up like normal and put it in kind of like a loose ponytail on top of your head. This seems a little bit counterintuitive because it seems like twisting it would like smush your curls, but it actually works really well. And finally, my last tip is kind of a general thing, but tip number 10 is that you do not need to spend a ton of money to get beautiful curls that are going to last. I have kind of researched this quite a bit over the years, you know, just looking for tips on curling my hair, and every article that I've read is like, make sure you invest in the right tools, and it's got like T3 and GHD and all these $200 plus curling irons. You do not need to spend that much money, especially when you are just starting out. From ages like 14 to 19, I think I had like a $30 CONAIR curling wand, and that thing worked amazingly. Like, I have had some $200 plus curling wands, and they honestly don't even hold a candle to my like cheap drugstore CONAIR curling wand that I had. There are definitely some fantastic higher end curling irons out there, but they're definitely not a necessity. You can get beautiful hair without spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your tools. So definitely shop the drugstore, shop Target, Walmart, whatever, read some reviews online, because you can definitely find a good budget-friendly hair tool. That's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. Finally, I just want to say, don't get discouraged. I have been curling my hair for years, and it took a lot of experimentation and a lot of patience. I didn't feel like I knew how to style my hair in a way that I was like really satisfied with for a very, very long time. So just practice. But once again, hopefully all of these tips will help you get a leg up and get a step ahead and kind of figure things out faster than I did. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I am at SariReanna everywhere on social media, and hit that subscribe button down below if you are new here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.